nice to have a home of your own and to sit by your own fireside. If you've only got a table and a chair, that's all yours and you're welcome there. You're as good as anybody in the land and as happy as the king upon his throne. What more do you want when you got your wife and kiddies and a nice little home of your own?
Well, in my parents' house, we lived in number 27 Scott Street. And there was 2 rooms upstairs, 2 rooms downstairs. And you had a passage. But you didn't have no scullery or nothing like that. You lived in that room.
Our landlord was Bendabo. And if you didn't pay your rent for 3 weeks, he'd come and put all your furniture out in the middle of the road or in your backyard.
And either you were evicted and the old man would move you overnight, or you'd do what they call a moonlight flit. Before the landlord actually came down on you, you'd load up your goods and just move off to somewhere else.
145 is the number on the door. There's a little room on the first top floor. Any time you're out upon your own, just pop round and hit a gramophone, for you'll always a bottle of something there, and you ain't got far to go. A humble it may be, it's a castle to me. It's my home, sweet home.
The entrance to the door was always white, and they used to do the hearth in the house where the fireplace was, always nice and white. Although the cinders and that used to drop on, it was always nice and white underneath. And the doorway was white, always white on the what's name. And perhaps they never had a thing to eat, but that doorstep had to be white and clean.
All boards, no carpets, no carpets. They used to have flour sacks, when you see sacks of flour delivered, mind you, they want a lot of shaking and then they have to be dipped in cold water to get all that powder off. And that's what we used to have for carpets. A mat there and a mat here and a mat there. And you don't see nothing. Oh, what? You don't see nothing like that now.
Oh, full of bugs. People used to lay out in the coats because they couldn't sleep. Oh. They all been pulled down and burnt. Burned them all away. Oh, filthy houses, filthy.
I'm getting ready for me mother-in-law. I'm getting ready for the fray. When she puts her face inside the door, I'll let the old girl feel okay to the little back room on the 3rd top floor where the beetles up the wall they climb. Oh, mother, 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 you'll have a lovely time.
My mum, she was married at 17 and a half. Time she's 21, she's got 3.
Now, even one of my own aunts, she had 22 children. And another one had 20, another one had 18. But my mother, she only had 9. And they all thought something was the matter with her.
Oh, we all had big families, all of us. I don't know, it's just I think all to do with it is the beer shops, and they go out and have a drink. And they come back and get a bit salty.
Oh, my father's name was Adam, and my mother's name was Eve. And they lived in the Garden of Eden a long time, I believe. Mother wore a fig leaf, father nothing at all, so you can guess what poor old father saw when the leaves began to fall.
Some woman had a baby, and she got up the next day and started working, doing washing, and because she had so many kids, see? And the women then used to help one another. See, one was going to have a baby. she'd come in and help this one who had a baby and look after, and then they'd do vice versa.
And often, yeah, often in the night, that was Mum's just had a baby boy, a baby girl. We didn't even know she was having a baby. Because in them days, your mother never told you. She wear a big pinafore, you know. Bad head, mother's got a bad head. We didn't realise kids. It's more ignorant, really.
Father and mother fell in love with one another. Mother had an apple, father had a bite. Mother said she liked it because it was so fine. I'd like someone to have a bite of mine.
What is it they used to take to get rid of them? Gin or something, wasn't it?
Gin.
Yeah, I said that's what it was.
Drink
And I
gin.
wasn't sure.
Gin, yeah.
Or I was fall down the stairs, wasn't it?
Oh, good.
People died like flies. And babies, I mean, the woman who lived next door to us, for instance, she had about 7 children, but she only raised 2. To mine. Oh no, she only raised 1 because one died when it was about 7 or 8 years old. But generally, they died before they were a year old.
Oh, some died and all that when they was a little, about 9 and 10. She buried 2 little girls in one day with measles, where they had the measles, and my mother had them in the cot side of the bed. And they was getting better. Mother went out up the market and she said to them, "Now, I won't be long." She gave them all a book to read. And when the kids in the street see them, because they lifted up the curtain, they caught pneumonia, so they both died. Carolina Pink, she fell down the sink, caught the scarlet fever, her old man had to leave her, sent for Dr. Blue, he caught it too. Carolina Pink fell down the sink.
I know my mother used to get what she could ready for the children. We never used to hardly have anything to eat after she'd fed the children. The children used to have to come first, she said, because they'll be here when we're gone.
I mean, when I was little, I never knew what it was really to have a proper dinner, because we had no money. We never had any money. We get a bit of dinner. My mum used to get what she could and make a stew, faggots and things. That's why I say now about the faggots. Ain't done me no harm, have they? And there's nothing in them, are they? There's no nutriment or nothing in them.
We used to have faggot stew, faggots and onions, barley, potatoes. And they had a nice big pot full of that when they come out of school. They used to enjoy that. See, I don't know about faggots now. And saveloys and peas pudding, pig's trotters. Used to get in the pork butchers, yes.
Now, when I was a nipper, 6 months old, me mother and me father too, they didn't know what to feed me on. They were in a dreadful stew. They thought of tripe, they thought of steak, or a little bit of old cod roe. But I said, pop round to the old cook's shop. I know what'll make me grow. Boiled beef and carrots, boiled beef and carrots. That's the stuff for your Derby cow. It makes you fat and keeps you well. Don't live like vegetarians on food they give to parrots. From morn till night, blow out your kite on boiled beef and carrots.
You never rely on your mother or father to give you any money. you always used to go out and earn it yourself. And we'd go round the houses, ask anybody if they wanted any coke. We used to get, supposing you had 6 customers, see, the others, you say, well, we'll come back to you later, do these 6 first, because your car only hold about 6 bags. See? We go round the gasworks and get 5 bags of coke. And there'd be a little team, you'd be about 4 or 5 of you, pulling the cart and that. And while you was waiting to get served, all the bits of coke was on the ground. You used to pick it up and throw it in the cart, you see. And they always give you a good measure. They piled, and when you got all your bags packed in, you'd put a couple of shovelfuls on top. Well, when you got them outside, you had an empty bag. So with all the spare coke you put in, and made up extra bag, because you got extra couple of coppers that way. So we always had little schemes going.
Then as we got older, we had to do our share. Yeah, she'd say, I thought you said you'd done so and so. Well, we said we had no share. Now you bleed would do it all over again, because you're a bleeding girl and you ain't done it. Oh, yeah, she was all there.
Mother, I love you. I can work for 2. Don't let those tears roll down your cheeks. I'll bring my wages to you every week. Mother, I love you. What more can a loving son do? You work for me a long, long time, and now I must work for you.
People went for what they could do at home to mind their children themselves and not have them taken into care. Any work, the matchbox making you could do at home, shirt work, trouser finishing, brush making, you could all do all that at home. They went for all the jobs. They'd like other jobs if you could get them. But then you was children, you've got to look after the children, no one to look after the children.
She used to take him washing, and when it was cold weather, she'd roll her sleeves right out there and beat the ice on the top of the washing. And she never caught cold or nothing. And she used to wring it out, blew it, make another big bucket of blue water, and take them out this cold water, put them in the blue, and perhaps she'd put a kettle of boiling water in the blue to take it off the cold, see? Because you used to get like what you call the hot ache. Your hands used to ache, but they were cold. See, that's the cold water.
She did have a hard life, really, very hard. But say, well, can't do nothing about it, can you? Just carry on, and she did. But never one to grumble. No, never heard a grumble.
To watch over you when a baby, to sing you to sleep with her song. She'll try to be near you, to comfort and cheer you, to teach you the right from the wrong. She'll do all she can just to make you a man, and over 1,000,000 things more. She'll sigh for you, cry for you, yes, even die for you. And that's what God made mothers for.
If you had 6 kids, when you thought anything of them, you'd look after them, wouldn't you? And if the man had a few bob in his pocket, if he had a few bob in his pocket, he'd go out, wouldn't he?
If I wouldn't come home, he wouldn't come back to the pub shop. And of course she'd be fed up with keeping it hot. She'd turn the gas out and she was wild. And when she was wild, you had to keep her out of her way. Then all of a sudden you'd hear, up she shoots. So here's the so-and-so, you wait, he comes in here. So of course he used to go, hello, my old darling, I'll give you darling. Well, we used to have a dresser with all plates all in a line. And she'd break every plate across his head, right along. She'd pick up one article, you so-and-so, swear words, you know, you love childlike, bang across his head, and she'd break a lot. And he wouldn't have that. My father never laid hand on my mother. No matter, she could do what she liked with him. And she used to sit down and cry then. Sometimes he had to go to the hospital to have his head stitched up because my father had a bald head and it was like a crossword puzzle.
Poor old father, now he is the best fella rather. He is the fella who bosses the show, and then all together, hip hip, let us go. Don't forget him. Oh, whether it's great or small, if it hadn't been for father, you wouldn't be here at all.
Oh, he was a drunken old devil, he was. He always liked his pipe. Well, he worked hard. He worked at oil cake mills, making oil cakes for the kettle.
At the end of every day, he was completely exhausted, really tired. He wanted to relax. And that probably was the reason why he was so strict at home. He wanted his rest. He needed it. It wasn't so much he was a harsh man. I think he needed it. His whole body was crying out for it.
Because he'd always be sitting by the fire, smoking his pipe. Have a pipe as long as that. Smoking his... Yeah. If ever he wanted to give my father a present for Christmas, a pipe. That's all he wanted was a pipe. Sitting by the fireside, smoking a long clay. That is how we used to be, winter nights away. With a flaming log and a glass of grog that blazes now and then. 'Tis then you'll find your peace of mind with the happiest of men. Ooh. Da, 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 da.
But as soon as the man got some money into his pocket, off he went to the pub. He went there before he went home. And of course, on the other hand, of course, there were jobs where you used to get the odd tip, the odd twopence or threepence, or, I mean, the carman would always get a tip. And so as soon as he got a cup twopence in his pocket, half a pint, and off he'd go again, and he'd get another half pint. And by the time he's finished his day's work, he's rolling drunk.
Well, when they're drunk, they go mad, don't they? If the wife went to the pub to tell them they want some money to buy some food for the children, the men used to come out and knock them about. That's what it was. That's what it was in those days.
They never had a chance, they was always being vulgar, carried down by the man. What the man was said was law. I mean, if they went and done anything that their husband didn't like, they come home, they wait till she come home and probably kick her down the stairs or something like that.
Mr. Boots, Mr. Boots, you're the mischief maker, Mr. Boots. Think of all the trouble you have brought to light. Look at all the husbands you have parted from their wives, Mr. Boots, Mr. Boots. Though from you I never, never could refuse. You make me laugh, you make me cry, you make me sing. I want to die, I love you, but I hate you, Mr. Boots. There.
Well, you could see, as she stood at the top of the stairs, there was 13 stairs and 3 crooked ones, like that way. And as she fell, she went over and over, like tumbled over and over. And then she laid at the bottom of the stairs, suppose she'd knocked her out.
Would do, wouldn't it?
And she just lay there. He got up and walked out.
Ignorance. Ignorance. They were ignorant. They didn't know what they were doing. There was no one in charge. No one to say, you stop that.
Oh, we used to see them. Used to see them come out. They said they wouldn't condemn their husbands. They said, the door, I walked into the door or something like that. They would never condemn them.
I bought him an handkerchief, red, white and blue. Outside the pawn shop I tore it in two. But still I love him, I can't deny it. I'll go with him wherever he goes. That's right, it. Now they've run round and they don't speak for bleeding ages. They used to have a fun, kiss one another about half hour after. They did. But they were loving people. They were.
It was things that was took for granted. See, she thought, she took it for granted that was her part of the contract, you see. And she took it, well, if she had a spiteful husband, well, she was unlucky. But she never went round looking for anyone else. She put up with it.
If you've got your own family round you, and you're poor, and you're born in that environment, well, so what? You don't know any different, so you don't crave for anything else. It's a custom. You just take it in its stride. It was natural to get up in the morning and have your breakfast and rush about and go to work. Everybody had to do the same. And we didn't think it was hardship then, because we had our parents and our family round us. They all done it, so of course, it's just a custom.
When you pick up your Sunday morning paper, there's always trouble that you read. For man and wife, they're always having strife, a separation each of them would plead. For if the woman only used a little bit of sense, happiness, I'm sure they'd both be blessed. Do the same as I do, and you'll never have a row. Believe me, my old man's one of the best. I wake him every morning when the clock strikes 8. I'm always punctual and never, never late, with a nice cup of tea and a little round of toast. The sporting life and the winning post. I make him nice and comfy and I toddle off to work, and I do the best I can. For I'm only doing what a woman should do, for he's only a working man. I don't hurry home from work to cook his dinner and give it to him nice and hot in bed. Then back I go to me work, but oh, he's always thinking of me, so he says. He lies in bed just patiently till I get home to tea. I wouldn't have him vexed at any cost. But if he bags a loser, never says an angry word, but I give him back the money that he's lost. I wake him every morning when the clock strikes 8. I'm always punctual and never, never late, with a nice cup of tea and a little round of toast, the sporting life and the winning post. I make him nice and cosy, then I toddle off to work, and I do the best I can. For I'm only doing what a woman should do, 'cause he's only a working man.
Next Tuesday at 8 o'clock, the final trip down Poverty Street points up the tensions and the joys of communal life in London's East End.